Friend, I'm sorry that we had to meet.
Hi, I'm Ingrid Cherek. In my work life, I work as a licensed therapist, but I also volunteer with the National Catholic Ministry to the Bereaved, and I'm on their board of directors.
And I'm Ingrid Seunarine. I'm president of the National Catholic Ministry to the Bereaved.
We want to talk to you today about how early is too early to join a bereavement group.
Well, you know, we always get that question, how early is too early? 2 months, 3 months? But the thing about it is everyone is different, so depending on your coping skills, you need to know, well, okay, I can't do this by myself, so I'm going to call up a support group and see if it's time. And 9 out of 10 times, I would say to them, you know, maybe we just need to do this one-on-one at first, and then when you get your feet wet, then you're going to join the other groups, because what happens sometimes, just getting there, the intensity of the grief, you get overwhelmed by it. What do you think, Linda?
I think that's true. I think the other part is to decide whether or not, what type of support group you're looking for. If you want one that has more of a faith base, then you might want to take a look at your churches in the area, and that may help meet your needs as well.
Great. The second thing we want to cover today is how long does grief really take? Well, as you know, grief has no timetable. It takes as long as it takes.
I find that in working with the bereaved, to try and get them to understand the normal process is that grief is a lifelong process of learning how to live without your loved one. And over that time period of going through your day-to-day, what you end up doing is learning how to accommodate the loss into your life, but you never get over it.
Exactly. The continuing bonds continue.
That's correct. Lastly, we want to talk about grief and the challenge of belief and faith. That's always a difficult piece. Many times people who are dealing with the loss of a loved one do feel very much a challenge of trying to understand, why did God do this? Some people find their faith to be very helpful to them, and it is what grounds them and helps them deal with their loss.
Sure, absolutely. And you know what? God can take it. He can take it because He's the one that's carrying you through all of this process of grief.
That and all the people and family members who have died before, they are all with you as you travel this journey, so be sure you reach out and touch them and talk with them and ask them to journey with you.
Absolutely. I think it's important that people understand that it's okay to be mad with God at this time if that's not where their belief comes in. You know, sometimes we're close to the church, but just at that time is, why would a loving God do this to me?
And it is sometimes hard to go back to the church where the funeral was held. It can create some emotional pain, some fear and anxiousness. Give yourself time and be gentle with yourself. Worst case scenario, but also the best option, is try another church or another faith community to try to help you, because you don't have to travel this journey of grief alone.
And yes, if you don't want to face people at church right away because it's going to make you cry and all of this, there are lots of spiritual things that you can do in the meantime.
You may have prayers or scripture readings that are helpful for you, maybe some faith-based poetry. Music can be very helpful, although for the newly bereaved, sometimes music is just too much. But try different things and see what works best for you.
And rituals are always good. Rituals help to, you know, get you in that space that you want to be in. It does help you work with the grief.
In our grief group that I help facilitate, I often encourage people to find a helium balloon, latex helium balloon, a color maybe that represents their relationship and where they are in their grief journey. Write a note to their loved one and then let that balloon go. Sometimes people will donate flowers to their church in memory of their loved one, and oftentimes churches will have periods of remembrance too. Last bit of advice for healing: travel your journey gently, drink plenty of water, and take care of your heart.
Yes, and just ask the dear Lord to help you carry you on this journey.
We wish you peace and healing.
And take care of yourself.
You've helped me
Walk
get
gently.
to where I am, so now I can be here to help somebody else. In my darkest hour, I was never on my own. Thanks to you, my friend, I did not walk alone. Thanks to you, my friend, I did not walk alone. We've walked this road together. Now some years have passed us by. It's good to know that even now you're a shoulder when I need to cry. There's one thing I know, after all the things we've done. Two broken hearts are always stronger than one. Thanks for being there for me when I couldn't be here for myself. You've helped me get to where I am, so now I can be here to help somebody else. In my darkest hour, I was never on my own. Thanks to you, my friend, I did not walk alone. Thanks to you, my friend, I did not walk alone. I've learned when you lose everything, there's still some things to gain. Our friendship means so much to me, my friend, I know you feel the same.